Had a chance to ride with them there in March of this year, calendar year 2025. Right here on the east side, so it wasn't too far. Right here on Jefferson, right off of Jefferson, rather. One block off of Jefferson and St. Clair. That was the meetup point. Had a chance to be out and about earlier, taking pictures, for the community agreement tour I was doing. So I was able to do two for one to go out and take the pictures I needed to complete, put it on Pocket Size Self Tour app. So it's on Pocket Size Self Tour app. Uh, Me and Laura and her husband and their crew did a cleanup last year, so we did a preview of that ride. And I put it on there as Community Agreement East Side Detroit. Name of the tour. So I was taking pictures of that. It took me on down the Fruit Street, one street down from Jefferson, Riverside of Jefferson. I always call it the Riverside when you're on the other side of Jefferson towards the river. Then the non-river side, that's the side I live on. We will not take you to the river, take you away from the river. So that's how I divide Jefferson up. One side is the river side, the other side is the opposite of the river. And so we was on the river side of Jefferson, Feud Street. Found out they had to loop around it when I was coming back because I was down there towards where the old DTE plant was at. It got demolished. It was part of the agreement, but not with the city of Detroit, but with DTE Energy in Stellantis. They did a swap, land swap. But they did it because they had built that plant. So that's a spinoff of building the plant, was that land swap. So I was had good weather day. That was the main thing I was concerned about. Would it be a good weather? And then I had enough juice in my electric bicycle battery because I didn't have it on full blast. I cruised in on 3, but I wasn't at full throttle at 3. And that's how you conserve energy on your bicycle, electric bike, by not putting it at full throttle or not having a little bit past pedal assist, which 2 takes me past pedal assist, but then 3 will take me, have me going kind of fast. And then when you go faster, you go, the more you drain the battery. So the shorter distance you'll be able to go. The less you drain the battery, the longer distance. So this case, I did have a chance to go the whole distance. We're doing the ride away from St. Clair Street. Then double back to St. Clair Street and found out I had to loop around it because they had an opening body of water. And I hadn't seen that before because I hadn't been down that area. I really don't hang out down that area, in that Bay Area. There's a marina down there. But you can tell that used to be somewhere where the people used to dock their boats at, pad their boats into their docking area. So they had a houseboat and they had the houseboat right there, a yacht as it's called. And they used it as a house boat too. That's an extra room, that's what I'm trying to say. Guest house. You can also use a guest house when you got a hookup like that. You have your house, then you have your guest house with your boat. So 2 for 1, just like a person have a trailer, RV trailer next to their house or on the sideline of their house. Then you get the 2 for 1. But in this case, it's the water. So that was open bed of water, and that was the starting point of the tour, showing how that water came to use for the ribbon farms in this area, because I live on a street that represents one of the ribbon farms, Lee May. We got Montclair, Fairview, all of them represent French families that was in this area farming. But that's where they got their water from the Detroit River. Uh, Before they was polluting the water, of course. A whole lot of chemicals. We going way back to when the French was here. So it was still open body water, but she was showing us where water, the waterways is still there. Pathway for the water to go in is still there. And even though they got covered up, you never know what's below you. Ground. and it's still running, probably still running. And it comes taking in rainwater and running out to the river. So everything goes to the river. River don't come into the city, but they had the river coming in for to irrigate the farms, to build water the farm land. But when it rained heavy, then I know the flow probably reverses out to the river because everything should run out to the river. We're in a low-lying area here on the east side, and everything should run out to the river instead of inwards. But anyway, that's questionable, especially being in a low-lying area because we easily flooded in this area. So anyway, I had a chance to do a tour. Finally with Lauren and her husband, with Ride with Purpose. Ride with Purpose is the name of their organization or their group name. And we had a chance to check that out. So I completed the ride. And learned a lot during the process because there's always something new to learn. So it was an educational ride, more so than a sightseeing ride. And we ended up finishing at Old Kettering School, Kettering High School. I can see that they had the same agreement that they did with FCA First and then Stellantis. We put in a stormwater management retention pond in the area behind the building, behind the parking lot, behind the building. It was not on the Van Dyke side. The front entrance side is Van Dyke where the school was at. It was on the street next on the back side of it, opposite of Van Dyke, going towards downtown. So we checked that out. That wasn't the end of the tour, but the end of the tour was at Packer plant. I remember going to the Packer plant. There was a shopping center around there. Right not too far from that crossover. They had that walkway that went across the street, Boulevard, I think it was, with the lighting. No, not the light, but the time clock. Time clock in there. Big time clock. I remember seeing that. I remember they knocked that down, the city did, with most of the Packer plant. But there was a shopping center over there. We used to go over there and shop during the holidays. Don't remember exactly what the name was, but I remember being in the area as a little boy. But anyway, that's what happened with that tour. Had a chance to give me my spin with the Packer, not with the Packer plant, but with the Fiat Chrysler plant. Tour that me and Laura and her crew went on. Her husband Andy and her rest of the crew went on. I think I gave my spin on that. So I was, like I said, I didn't know they had did that behind Kettering High School. When the manufacturer got that land where Kettering High School was in, they had to do a stormwater management project. For getting that land and probably getting a big tax break too. So it definitely was big enough to take all the water off that roof and parking lot and had plenty of storage place for it. It was just that big. Probably, to me, it's almost the size of the parking lot, if not double the size of the parking lot. So that's how much land they got with the deal they got from the city. You know, I'm surprised to see how much the Packer plant was missing, but not all of it. So that was a bad deal on that Packer plant, but things move on in life. So that's what happened with riding with purpose, riding with purpose. Finally had a chance to do a ride with them. So that's my feedback on how that went down. And we had a chance to discuss it a little bit with the group, with ECN, the mobility group. Also discussed the opportunity to learn a bike. So that's something I did with them over the years. Last 2 years, did bicycle repair. I know some people want to do the repairs themselves. They just need the tools and heads up on how to do it. So that's what I want to pass on instead of learn a bike with the youth. But that's geared towards a certain age group. Most times it's below, not graduating high school. So when the high school age rather. But we'll see how well that works out with that, learning your bike. So with that, that's a wrap. We're going to say saw, which is bye-bye in the mini language. Saw.